with game 3 of the bracket of Banani versus Blast. Blast in the top left as Aeon, and Banani in the bottom right as Cybran. Blast going straight for Landfac, couple of P-gens. Banani opting to do the same, has slightly bigger BO. Slight Landfac difference. Blast. Banani opting for the top right of his build towards those. Blast choosing for the right hand side, closer to his bigger rocks. Just realised I've been muted for ages. Banani getting the bigger rocks in the base and with a Tech 1 Light Assault Bolt and Mole out. Very early, which I do not like. Far too early for that. And 3 NGs assisting his ACU with that other NG just running around getting as many big rocks as possible. Blast doing similar but leaving the big rocks on the side of the base. Banani does have more mass overall than Blast. We'll see if that becomes... yeah, Blast is now mass stalling. Land Scout into a bomber into Land Scout. Not Land Scout, Air Scout, sorry. Banani opting to go straight for a transport rush. Has plenty of E, plenty of mass for it. 11 P-gens. Assisting that with ACU and soon to be 5 NGs. Blast already with a Inti going towards the base and an Air Scout. Assisting with 3 engineers and less P-gens, only 9 P-gens. So he is E-stalling. Not sure I approve this option from Blast. He's E-stalling quite hard, not got much mass, and no transport. Disapprove of Blast PO for this map. That transport there is loaded though, and it is going to be locked by the interceptor already. And a bomber out here with second Inti. Still no transport for Blast. Banani though having to repair his transport. The Inti's engaging in an air battle with a bomber on his way, and a transport now started for Blast, who is stalling 228 E, whereas Banani did not. Tech 1 MAA being forced to be rushed out for Banani. The transport is done, none of the NGs are queued up anywhere near each other to load on. Not very clean start from Blast. He has denied the transport. He actually got a very good bomb there and denied 5 engineers. And the transport does go down. So overall, Blast actually not too bad off. He's double the mass income. He has less E income. And his transport's alive. Yet still to leave the base. There we go. Flying towards where the lab will be resting on the further expansion needing, and interceptors are en route. Bomber there, second air fat going up along with mexes. New transport being created. Transport has been spotted and will now be locked by the interceptors. Blast, scaling up is the second land factory. Get more reclaim. Come on, drop early, drop early, drop early. Good. Drop in early. The lab not yet been moved onto it. Transport going down. The air fight will happen with two factories going up for blast. The lab closing in slowly. And the bomber closing in as well. Transport completed for Banani. Not yet loaded up with engineers. Spamming up E. He's getting a second transport built. He's stalling E probably because he hasn't realised he's already built that. He just left it in queue. But the important bit, this bomber might well arrive and so will the lab. But already land factory set up. Nice bomber kill, but it's going to get cleaned up by an NT. And there's a T1 MAA out in case. Couple of labs queued. Banani though going to drop this right inside. And now with an additional air fac, additional land fac in the core base. One more each than Blast has. Blast with a new transport out, hopefully soon loaded up with units, and a second air fac created. Banani starting up the Tech 1 Navy spam factories. Banani though dropping the entire right hand side, whereas Blast got denied that far bit by the inties that arrived, and he's not yet claimed these Formex expansions. Blackheart was not invited to LotS as he didn't have enough points. I did ask if he wished to co-cast today, but he said no, he has better things to do. 2-2 air facs started for Blast. How are we looking on eco wise? Mass not terrible. Banani hardy stalling. Blast soon mass stalling. T2 air fac started for Banani as well. And Blast taking a very terrible inti fight. Dropping these Formexes, always nice. Get some early land factories rallying units. ACU yet to leave the base, with Banani already walking to the far side. Blast Navy already up. 3 frigates and a sub up against just frigate spam. With Banani also dropping this Formex aggressively with some engineers and a Mantis. Trying to secure this area with that Mantis and the engineers. Blast is going to have some rally some labs on the left over here. Hopefully no PD gets help. PD already queued. Still losing air terribly. Blast inties are just getting locked left, right, centre. T2 air is done, making T2 engineers. T2 air nearly finished for Banani. Stalling E for Blast, stalling E for Banani. If you don't scroll this much in games, you're not playing correctly. Pure and simple. Fun facts with Knock. The ACU gonna come and clear up this Mantis. The Aurora's gonna come. Actually, the PD's gonna be denied by the reclaim on top of it, and they actually chose to make mexes instead first. Being greedy and losing out because of it. 1 frigate up against 2. The heroic stand. Will be a mass donation, however. With land armies battling it out on the right, Mantis versus Aurora, battle of time itself. T2 air AFK, T2 PGM finished, Blast. I think he's just building mexes, looks like it. But no internet inties being made. Banani's getting his T2 PGM up. A couple of new airfacts going up, getting 2 Tech 2 supports. Airfacts, possibly a third. Mantis spam started on the left. And we have mid an absolute desecration on Navy. 6 frigates up against 1 frigate with a Tech 1 attack submarine firing away with torpedoes. Far behind on Navy, right inside there's Explorer engaging these Mantis, trying to slowly force them back. A Corsair coming out on the right hand side with Air HQ making some gunships, Tech 2 Air FAC making inties. 1 more going up to T2, 2 more going T2 with 1 pause, 2 T2 now, 1 going up. Not producing anything. Any Tech 2 land out? No, only Tech 1 land there. And Tech 2 land, making rhinos on the right side. Blast with Tech 2 air FAC paused, a Tech 2 support FAC making swift winds. No T2 land on the left, yeah, making blazes and FAC with a Tech 2 support going up as well. Navy being engaged upon a few Aurora trying to come in and help. A couple of subs to finish off some of these low HP ones. Always useful. The score currently, Yudi, is 1-1 for this bracket. A large Mantis push on the right side, but the Aurora will just hold their ground and keep firing, but the Rhinos are coming in. Gunships on the left, claiming raids. Hopefully, yeah, Tech 2 mobile back in, but of course going to need a few more than 1. 2 more support facts making inties. And Navy is currently an issue for Blast. His factories are currently under fire. He's spamming swift winds out to try and deal with the air issue. T2 max count is 3 for Blast, 9 for Banani. Banani with triple the T2 max count. Blast Tech 2 HQ under fire. A couple of flank are coming in to try and save it. So there's swift winds. Blazes engaging with Mantis and Aurora. Navy though still an issue. Navy facts are dying quite rapidly. Only 2 Tech 2 subs there. Need some torps out, but needs swift winds for air and another terrible air engage for Blast. Right side taking heavy fire. Rhinos continuously pushing. Tech 2 support back out, making some blazes, and Blast is just hard losing air constantly. Tech 2, another T2P gen going up. Just hard inti spam from Tech 2 support facts with Banani, challenging these swift winds. 3 subs and a frigate. Navy's going to be locked soon. He's getting more Navy up, production up on the left side to try and counter. Right side, under constant fire. Gunships going down eventually. Swift winds. Blast has equal to that the eco diff, so how many? He's just completed 7 T2 maxes. he's on 10 now to Banani's 16. But this right side is failing. Gunships, rhinos and Medusas pushing their way through. With blazes now being used for anti-navy action. Not too sure what Blast Tube's plan here is, because Banani has just massively taken the lead in mass with 20 T2 mixes up against Blast's 10. Is there any more going on? One there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The Blast is soon going to be stalling massive amounts of mass. A couple of 10 mass drops on the back of his base, a lot of mass in front of his navy. He can get the load on this left island. Some 180 mass wrecks on this left. Some down here, so he should be able to sustain himself, as opposed to Banani, who's almost cleared out the entire left side. Still some on this wing and this wing. Still just T2 land, Tech 2 support factory and Tech 2 HQ making swift ones, T2 factory okay, some Tech 2 land support factory making bases to defend the right. Still entirely T2 air force, Banani with 4 Tech 2 support factories and a T2 air fac HQ making inties, and he's capping his mixes. Navy Blast starting to equalise slightly in terms by utilising hover. Blaze OP. The Rhino push on the right side is coming in though. 5 Rhinos, a wham group of Medusas up against a PD that can't fire. Beautiful placement. And it is stunned, will soon be dead. Up against a group of blazes, small group of blazes, PD spam and walls. Navy fight. Blazes conquering back Navy. A massive attack on the left, however. How many units is this? 61 Mantis and 23 Medusas, and the odd Beetle mixed in. Who doesn't love 3 Beetles leading the charge? In response, 4 blazes and some more. Tech 2 Navy Fac HQ on the left, making a destroyer. Blast could try pushing the Navy in here with these blazes. Gunships being cleared up, Blast ACU returning to his base, and Navy starting to push. Cruiser being built at the HQ, as well as frigate rush. Banani with 1500, Blast with 3k mass in the bank. How many T2 mexes does he have? 16 to Banani's 27. Banani does have a lot more cap though. Banani is 100 mass income ahead, purely off T2 mexes and capped mexes. Blast Navy though, pushing in a huge dent into Banani's Navy. T2 destroyer is out, firing at the wall. Some gunships out to clear up that right side. T2 airfax spamming out. A couple of Mercies and gunships, Swifties with the other 2. Bomber spam started. Still with this hover. It is going to be a mass donation overall. Blast not able to clear this out, nowhere near enough. And this left side pushing in hard. Raid on the left side. Continuing to push. Getting cleared off by gunships and lasers. Most likely going to be a bit of a mass donation. 4.5k reclaim. Blast destroyer. Completely surrounded by Cyber frigates. Not much it can do. Massive bomber spam coming to kill with some incoming lasers. Navy starting on the right side for Banani. Mercy's coming on the left to try and deal with this, losing a couple of TC Maxes. But mass donation overall. Equaling blast donation in the front area. 5k a piece. A minor mass income difference. Banani massively taking the lead. And Navy now pushing hard right into this side. Another destroyer about to be encircled. Despite its most valiant efforts, it will not get away. Another sadly killed destroyer fighting for its life. And no knows. You've sunk my battleship. An airfight possibly coming in. Blast taking the worst turn imaginable. Actually, Banani choosing to disengage at the start, but there is a cruiser there that's gonna just tear through the Swift Winds. And Navy now pushing in hard, eliminating the effect to destroy her out and fire on them. Some gunships that are gonna go down. But mass difference pulling away Banani. Blast now 16 T2s to Banani's 27. An interesting effect here. Not quite sure what caused that. Possibly a Mercy maybe? What would be the effects of a Mercy? Somebody please let us know what that is. Blazes need to be rallied here to defend this point. A blaze charge on the right hand side. Trying to avoid PDs and rhinos, but it's going to get caught on the factories and rhinos. Still just T2A for both players. An Obsidian going down. Oh no, Obsidian's still alive. The mighty Obsidian. Getting stun locked by Medusas left, right and centre. Couple of gunships coming in to try and raid. T2 Navy pack dying on the right. Blaze is now being brought in. A bit too late, sadly. It's another T2 Navy pack HQ already built at its core base, making destroyers. But no Tech 1 Navy support. I don't know about Blast, but this is not looking too good for him. Cruisers coming up mid. Banani starting T3 on his comm to get T3 PGen instead of going T3 air, navy or land. Unacceptable decision. Blast deciding to go all in with his navy, straight down the middle. Smashing up the navy factories along their way. A couple of Tech 2 subs out, however, but most likely will be cleared out by subs later, or torpedoes for later. But for now, they'll get some juicy damage. Hover also being brought in to try to save what it can. Another sub just being built. Still T2 air and Oblivion firing at the wall. Some Tech 2 gunships being rallied all the way round. And this hover coming in here to deny that. The T2 Navy fact should survive. The hover and subs combined should be able to save this. Bricks on the right hand side. Tech 3 land factory HQ there. Going up, I believe the normal one, the old HQ died, so you've got a Tech 3 land factory HQ making bricks. Nothing going on the left. T2 Navy destroyer spam. Still just T2A. A T3 Met's completed. A large difference in economy right now. Banani with radar around the back of his base. Not quite enough to see where those gunships are coming from though. More units just rallied on the left side, ready for Navy for combat. More T1 Navy facts going up for blast. Want to try and hold on to as much Navy as possible. Subs coming in, chasing down these Ivan cruisers. A 38 kill cruiser, 25 kill, 15 kill. Worth their massing gold. Some hover and flaks coming across around behind here. Interesting turn of events. But Banani has 103 interceptors in his core base to defend from this gunship raid that will come in eventually. These subs focusing down a destroyer along with blazers, taking his life. Brooks being met by obsidians, one going down, maybe, not quite. Brick actually surviving, 76 HP, disappointing. Subs still continuously firing. Destroyer being built. Still just T2 air, but economy difference ever gaining. 28 T2, 3 T3 to blasts. 16 T2. Plus not ecoing much at all. So what is Banani's air movement regarding? Has Banani's seen them, he knows something's in the back area. Banani's radar catching sight of something in the back area. Finding out that they are in fact T2 gunships. And they will soon most likely be locked. Blast actually moving them backwards. He's going to try and escape them away. Avoid sending all the mass directly by Banani's base. Navy firing upon blazes versus frigates. And Rhino push coming straight past these PT. Ever firing. Will they claim that one? No, they won't. They won't claim any others. A group of swift winds coming in to try and engage on 28 interceptors. Save as many gunships as possible. It will come in and fight these rhinos. Fast now, 200 income behind. But a large number of bricks, 6 bricks, with a couple more in reinforcement, 3 more coming, making their charge. Going to be met by some aeon walls, not quite sure what the plan there is. Will he go around or will he just blow them up? Blast, starting to cap his mexes. Better late than never. And the bricks actually just eliminating the walls, as it were. And upgrading T2 mechs eliminated. PD's firing. This here, however, is an issue. Blast needs to bring these gunships in. Mighty blaze charge with 1 destroyer support up against the Cyber Navy. Not sure if there's enough there to push all the way through though. The Tech 2 Air HQ has actually been reclaimed by Banani. What we got? 7 destroyers, nope, 10 destroyers. These blazes going to come in here, most likely to clean up that right side. But Banani reclaiming his T2 air factories, setting up a T3 land factory in his core base just to spam out Tech 3 engines, setting up some hives and T3 pigeons, a couple of artillery and point defense. Tech 3 land factor making bricks to send to the left side, group being formed. Charging the right side navy. Destroyers leading the charge, not directly advisable. A lot of PD going up, Tech 2 PDs, Tech 1 PDs. Another destroyer going down. Both his destroyers dead. One over here, trying to survive. Another destroyer about to come out of production on the north. Yep, and one out the east as well. T2 PD is going to fire on the blazers. But no T3 air, which is surprising. I would have expected at least somebody to have gone T3 air by now. But this navy now, blazers are trapped. Either a wall of PD or a wall of destroyers and frigates. Which one will they choose? They opt to go back out to open sea in the hopes that their destroyers can assist. 450 eco plays 145. Counter charge from the blazers in the south, hitting the destroyers in the rear. Blazers being cleaned up, 4 destroyers there, attempting to hold their own, 3 destroyers. Two destroyers. 1 destroyer. 0 destroyers. gunships coming in, ignoring the low HP destroyer, opting to go for a full HP one. Now eliminating the low HP, but a lot of gunships going down to Cyber losers. Blast calling GG and ending the match. Banani is now 2-1 up.